President Biden saying the U.S. and China are back to open and direct communication after his big meeting with Xi Jinping last week. But that doesn't mean they agreed on everything, particularly when it comes to Taiwan's independence. With the presidential election there less than 2 months away, here's what Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said about it on Squawk Box this morning.
This is clearly a very important issue from China's point of view, and President Xi did express the view that it's important for Taiwan and mainland China to unify. He certainly expressed the desire to have that occur by peaceful means. But President Biden said our policy remains unchanged from what it's always been.
And according to my next guest, there may still be 4 more years of tension around Taiwan. For more, let's bring in Marko Papic, Clocktower Group's chief strategist. Marko, it's great to see you. Don't want to take our eyes off of these developments, some pretty big ones in the Taiwanese election last week.
Yeah, so last week we had a potential for the opposition to unify. See, the current government is led by nationalists who basically only control about 35% in the polls. And the 2 opposition parties, which look to stabilize the relationship with China, had the opportunity to create and field a joint ticket. Now, that collapsed over the weekend, but it may still happen. The bottom line, though, is that 65% of the electorate in Taiwan does not want to remain a chessboard upon which U.S. and China play this geopolitical game of chess.
So what does this tell you about what the Taiwanese people want, Marko?
Well, I think that since the Nancy Pelosi visits to Taiwan, there has been a reduction in support for a very aggressive posture towards China. Again, the incumbent party is really only polling around 35%, enough to win the election if the other 2 parties split the more sort of conciliatory bloc. But overall, majority of the Taiwanese don't want to be that chessboard. And that means that over the longer term, it does remove a very important risk, which is a sort of a unilateral declaration of independence by Taiwan that has nothing to do with the U.S. or China. It just happens, basically Taiwan takes agency into its own hands. That would be a very destabilizing situation. But with 65% of the electorate choosing parties that would definitely not pursue that option, I think that removes this issue from investors' horizon.
And to sort of borrow from what Mark Mobius told us last week when he said he's actually constructive on China, though he's not hugely bullish, but maybe more bullish on playing Taiwan for some of the upside for investors the next couple of years. He obviously mentioned TSMC and other companies like that. What do you think about that idea?
Look, I mean, if the election on January 13th leads to a pro-peace coalition, I think the Taiwanese assets could rip for sure, because it would literally remove Taiwan as an issue for the next at least 4 years. That said, I think that for the next couple of quarters, a whole year, really, we need to see how the U.S. election plays on this issue. We had a great visit between Xi and Biden in terms of reducing tensions. But as the U.S. election season heats up, the domestic pressure could force both Biden and his opponents to get very aggressive towards China.